This is interesting because OpenSSL has not traditionally received a lot of financial support like Linux, for example.
That's right. Yeah, it's a typical market failure, right? You know, if you look at Linux, it's an important project that's received a lot of funding and is an important part of society. OpenSSL has also been widely deployed and is an important part of internet security, but for some reason, funding has not caught up with the important role that it plays on the internet.
Can you explain to a moron like me what is OpenSSL for people as mentally challenged as I?
So yeah, OpenSSL is essentially that little lockbox up in the corner of your web browser that provides encryption for communication that you send over the internet. And in this case, there was a bug discovered in that code base, which was the result of this Heartbleed bug.
So if Linux was created by Linus Torvald initially, OpenSSL is created by whom?
It's a group of developers who are some of the best developers in the world when it comes to crypto technology, who have spent most of their adult lives working on this and work by and large as volunteers to put together the code. They haven't had a lot of resources, and post Heartbleed, we decided to take a broader view and look at projects, not just OpenSSL, but other projects that are widely deployed, important to the stability of the internet, and go and provide a collective response to provide them with the resources that they need to make that software better.
And specifically, you've gotten big cash donations from companies that either use OpenSSL or host OpenSSL on their servers, in the case of Microsoft, which doesn't use it.
Yeah, and again, it's more than just OpenSSL. You know, the companies that I spoke with are wanting to get ahead of the next Heartbleed, right? What they want to do is look for all of these projects out there that are important to the stability of the internet and provide them with resources. Whether it's Microsoft or Amazon or Facebook or Google, it's not just about OpenSSL. It's how do we get ahead of these rather than reacting to them defensively.
Now, you described some of the best security experts in the world created OpenSSL, but there's been criticism in some of the blogs and so on that, in fact, the code is written so poorly.
Sure.
Well, the notions behind it might be graceful, but the code is so sloppy that that OpenSSL can't really be saved, that we need to go to an alternative.
Well, OpenSSL is very widely deployed and not going away at all. So immediately, I think some work needs to happen to support that project and allow them to have more resources to make that code base better. I think you'll see other efforts that are out there trying to clean up the code base, in parallel. And that's the great thing about open source. You can have multiple responses to any particular problem.
But fundamentally, that whatever fork goes off of OpenSSL has to be accepted by the OpenSSL leaders, and that hasn't happened up until now. Do you think that your involvement is going to change that?
Well, so the OpenSSL guys will work on their code. It's not going to be a fork. But one of the things that they've needed is resources to have people working full-time on the code base, provide for audit, provide for additional testing. And that's what we hope to provide here. And we hope to provide that in addition for the next project that needs it, again, beyond OpenSSL, other core infrastructure projects that for some reason have been underfunded.